Hi, and welcome to this explanation video on the feature extended sharing rights, which is a part of the access right system in the franchise intranet. As you might know, there is a very clever access level management system in your intranet, and we can take a look here as an example in this demo system. You know that there are three different dimensions we can work with. You have roles, which are like a job description, which different types of roles you have in your organization. You can work with different business areas, and you can work with different geographical areas. So with this setup, which we talk about in another video, then you can very easily control who should have access to which information based on these criteria. However, you can also use the access level setup to control who is allowed to share information with whom. When it comes to the right to share information within the system, there is a basic setting which actually means that a user is only allowed to share information with other users carrying the same access levels. So a local franchisee would, in the standard setting, only be allowed to share information with other franchisees on that unit. So if you for any reason would like to extend those rights, let's say that a country manager should be allowed to share information with all the franchisees and staff in their area or their market, you need to make some extra settings. And to access those extended rights, you go to the organization module and you move over here to the top menu and you click on extended rights. And you will see a list here on filters created. And as an example, let us take a look at the super admin role. As the super admin, you need to be allowed to share with everyone. So in this case, we have selected the role super admin and we have ticked all the boxes, meaning that the super admin profile will be allowed to share with all these different roles, and they will also be allowed to share crossover any business area and any geographical area. So let's see what we can do with another role. For example, we can take a look at country manager. Now, you would like your country manager to be allowed to share with any role, but not with all areas. With this setting, they would be allowed to share with every other role, but only in their specific area. Let's say the UK market or France or Belgium. They would not be allowed to share information with any users in Norway or Sweden. And let's take another example here. We could take staff. Now, you might want to have staff for some reason. You want them to be able to share information with others in the system, but you could say that no, they should only be allowed to share information with their store manager, with other staff full-time, and of course with the super admin. But that's all they would be allowed to do. So there is no way that they can share information with HQ staff or country managers in this setting here. To illustrate how this works, let's again take a look at the super admin profile. Let's take a look at the country manager profile. And let's say that we should untick everything so that this role would only be allowed to share with super admins and HQ staff. as an example. Okay, so we save this new setting. Now the profile I am logged on as right now is a country manager. So if I were to just share a quick post like this, like a manual selection, now I would only have access to share with these 3 roles which we ticked before, and I have no idea that there are other roles to share with. So that's how this works. So if you for any reason are missing some of all the roles you have, you might want to go looking under organization and extended rights. Thank you.